A mechanic stayed late to help a young nurse. What she did next changed his life forever. The phone rang at 11:47 p.m. I remember the exact minute because the garage clock had stopped months ago, and I'd learned to count time by the ache in my wrists and the slow drip of oil from the lift. When the ringtone cut through the hum of the fluorescent lights, I didn't answer right away. I already knew who it was. I wiped my hands on a rag that would never be clean again and stared at the phone vibrating on the workbench like it was alive. Her name pulsed in the screen. One word: soft, familiar, dangerous. Nurse. She never called this late unless something had gone wrong. When I finally picked up, I didn't say hello. "Can you stay?" she asked. Her voice was thin, stretched tight. "Please, I can't start it. I'm still in scrubs. I don't know who else to call." The garage door was half down. Rain threaded through the alley, cold and steady. I thought of the empty apartment waiting for me, the microwave dinner, the quiet. "Where are you?" I asked. There was a pause, long enough to matter. "By the hospital," she said. "The old side, parking B." I closed my eyes. The engine I'd been rebuilding all evening ticked as it cooled. The smart move would have been to say no, to lock up, to go home. Instead, I killed the lights and grabbed my keys, because that's who I was back then, the kind of man who stayed. Her car was angled wrong in the parking lot, nose dipped like it had lost confidence halfway into the space. The rain had plastered her hair to her face, dark strands escaping the bun. She stood with her arms folded tight across her chest, scrubs wrinkled, eyes searching every shadow until they landed on me. Relief crossed her face too quickly. "Thank God," she said. I didn't answer. I knelt by the hood, listened to the engine cough and die. Fuel issue. Easy fix. I told her to sit inside my truck, to stay warm. She didn't. Instead, she hovered, close enough that I could smell antiseptic and something sweeter underneath, something human. "You don't have to do this," she said, like she hoped I'd contradict her. I worked in silence. Tools clinked. Rain whispered against metal. She talked anyway, about double shifts, about patients who didn't make it, about how lonely the hospital felt after midnight. She never mentioned the ringless hand she kept tucked into her sleeve. She never explained why her phone buzzed twice and she turned it face down. When the engine finally turned over, she laughed, a small sound, bright, out of place. "You saved me," she said. The word "saved" landed heavier than it should have. That was the first night. There were more. Late calls, flat tires, check engine lights, coffee left on my bench, conversations that stayed just shy of confession. I told myself it was nothing. I told myself she was grateful. I told myself I wasn't already too far in. It started with inconsistencies, stories that didn't line up, shifts that changed depending on the day she told them, a laugh that cut off too fast when I asked about her life outside the hospital. I noticed things because that's what I do. Mechanics survive by listening to what machines don't say. I began to listen to her the same way. I didn't confront her. I didn't accuse. I stayed calm, curious. I watched the way her eyes flicked when her phone buzzed, the way she avoided the front of the garage during daylight hours, the way she asked questions about my past but deflected when I asked about hers. I checked public records one night, more out of habit than suspicion. Her name came up clean, too clean. No address changes, no marriage records, no social media trail beyond carefully cropped photos. That's when I knew she was hiding something on purpose. The next time she came by, I noticed the bruise on her arm, yellowed at the edges, old enough to have faded if it were accidental. "You okay?" I asked, casual. She smiled, too quick. "Work hazard." I nodded, filed it away. Weeks passed, then months, And then the call came from a number I didn't recognize. A woman's voice, controlled, sharp. "You don't know her," she said. I didn't ask who "her" was. "I think I do," I replied. There was a breath on the other end, measured. "No," she said, "you really don't." We met in a coffee shop near the hospital, neutral ground, daylight. The woman sat across from me with her hands folded around a paper cup she never drank from. Her posture was straight, professional. A ring gleamed on her finger, real, heavy. "I'm her supervisor," she said, "and her wife." The word hit like a dropped wrench. "She told you I was just a mechanic," the woman continued, "someone who helps her when things break." I said nothing. "She's been lying," she said, "to both of us." She slid a folder across the table. Inside were printed messages, time-stamped, familiar phrases twisted into something else when seen from the outside. Promises, excuses, plans. I recognized my own words reflected back at me like a bad mirror. "She's been using you," the woman said quietly, "and when she's done, she'll make you the problem." I closed the folder. The noise of the cafe returned all at once. "I'm not here to fight you," she added. "I'm here to end it." I nodded. I'd already decided what came next. She came to the garage that night like nothing had changed. Same smile, same gratitude. "Car's acting up again," she said. I handed her the folder. She froze. Not shocked, not angry, afraid. "I know," I said. Calm, steady, all of it. Her mouth opened, closed. "You don't understand." "I do," I interrupted. "Perfectly." I told her what I'd learned, what I'd seen, what I'd verified. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't insult her. I simply removed the lies and left her standing in the truth. "You were never stuck," I said. "You were comfortable." Tears came then, real ones. "I needed you," she whispered. "No," I said. "You needed cover." I stepped back. "This ends now." She reached for me. I didn't move. The garage feels different now, quieter, cleaner. I fixed the clock on the wall. It keeps perfect time. Sometimes I think about her when a nurse's car pulls into the lot. Sometimes I don't. I didn't save her. I saved myself. And when the phone rings late at night now, I let it ring until it stops, because staying isn't who I am anymore.